we're down here at Goodwill. I'm with Dale. Dale, we don't typically think of a Goodwill Center as for gardening, but it is actually an excellent place to come down and garden.
Right, we get a little bit of everything. We get a lot of everything, actually. Last year, even in a COVID year, we received more than 177 million pounds just in our area, Northwest Oregon, Central Oregon, and Southwest Washington. Where we are in particular, and these are some great examples of everything. I found everything here, by the way. Where we are in particular is an outlet often called the bins by the locals. It's where you have dozens and dozens of tables, 9 feet long, holding 150 to 250 pounds of like items. It's here by the pound, and the more pounds in your cart, the better it is for you. Over 25 pounds, you get a substantial discount, or it's by the piece. You'll find those things at deep, deep discount. This is the last place for the public to go when they're looking for a Goodwill item. It is this one in particular. We're at the airport one off of 122nd. In this particular store, there are 8 other Goodwill stores that feed it. So that means that in about 4 to 5 weeks, if your great shirt, and I don't know why it wouldn't sell, but if it doesn't sell, it'll come here where it's sold in about, if it doesn't sell in about 3 hours, it's going to find a home behind the scenes, and I'll show you all about that in a little bit.
So, I mean, your prices are good to start with at any of the retail outlets.
Thank you.
But, you know, you have the boutiques, which are kind of a newer introduction. That are more the higher end, the regular stores, and then you have the discount areas like this.
We do, and we have people here that are really clever. I think the sharpest of the thrift shopper comes to an outlet because you've got to put some muscle in it. You have to really have good blinders on to know specifically what you want. It is 80 to 85% of the folks that come here resell those items in their own for-profit stores, their own online stores or platforms. They resell items, and they tell us that they either supplement or make their living reselling what they find. So that says a great deal about value. And let's talk about what we have here.
For us gardeners that are out in our yard, we're looking for tools and pots and containers and yard art. And you have all of that in your stores.
We have all of that. And please know that each of these outlets have multiple stores feeding 7 days a week. So what you have in front of you is a collection of things that honestly did not take me a long time to amass because the donors will provide. We have patio art, we have your hedger, we have a retractable rake, which I thought was a really good find. This container for compostables is like brand new, it's never been used. And there are some items that are by the piece because they'd be heavy by the pound.
Sure, like
like a lawnmower, for example. No, too, what's different about an outlet, it is as is. So in a regular store, you can return it within 2 weeks for an in-store credit. Here, you got to take your chance, right? Because it is the last roundup, and it's at a really deep, deep discount. But the pieces of furniture are by the piece. Didn't cost much. I thought this would be adorable on a patio or in a garage setting. My favorite piece is I love the little school desk. And that's wrought iron that is deep, heavy walnut. It folds up. I thought that'd be the cutest little bench in your garden or to hold your pots with your beautiful flowers and your succulents. And then right next to it is such a cute little, you can't really figure out what this is. Because it doesn't have a way for water to come, but we think it might be a bird feeder maybe. You can fill it up with water, certainly. Or you can put your hens and chicks in it. Ground cover would be so cute, right?
Because that's kind of the rage now is, people are finding these interesting containers that have a lot of character and there's a lot of differences to them, and turning them into a planter or container that you wouldn't think of otherwise.
Well, and honestly, it draws attention to your good work. It draws attention to what nature has brought us. And it just, I think, when you can put your signature on something, it's so much more fun to do so. And it's really good, I think, to pay attention to what planet Earth already has. So instead of keeping things, we work really hard to keep things out of the landfill. That's why outlets exist, and we're so grateful to all of our customers, and they're really sharp at what they do. If you added everything up, and there are some things by the piece, a lot by the pound, and as you can see, we have multiple really cool things, from your books to the really high-end, I don't know if you saw the little vases down there. Beautiful Asian-inspired vases for your clippings or for your patio party. Add everything together, it's under $141
Wow.
for everything. And honestly, if we have the nicest neighborhood. We have people dropping things off at our patio or at our front door. Look, I just had some catnip for my cats dropped off in a cute little pot. This is a great way to get people involved with their summer to be, and certainly their spring is calling everybody outside.
Right,
We have such
right.
pretty weather, right?
So tell me a little bit more about the behind the scenes that most people don't get to see.
Right, these tables go away every 3 hours because our folks are really clever about finding value in these bins. So in about 3 hours, we roll them back where they go to collections. Collections is a place very interesting, very busy all the time. It is a place where there's as many as 11 categories. We separate items for our recycle and our salvage partners, about 60 this year, and they have their own business practice in which they sell those items that nobody wanted to take home. So it's one more way of not only bringing revenue into our free job programs to keep them at no cost for the community, but it's a great way of keeping things out of the landfill. And we are busy at all times separating those things, and from wiring to toys to books to shoes. We're part of eCycle. Have you ever heard of eCycle? Yeah, eCycle is really cool contract. We're both eCycle in Oregon and eCycle in Washington, and that means your electronics, if you have that big old TV with I call the butt in the back, right? Or the console TV that's in your garage that grandma had, give it to us. It doesn't have to work. And it won't go in anybody's landfill in any part of the world, because that's part of eCycle. It's about doing the right thing with the planet and finding those partners, those salvagers and recyclers, who also do the right thing by contract. So that's a really good way to know that your good intention, if it doesn't find a home here in Oregon or Southwest Washington, it's going to find a place of use and not disuse and not ruin for anybody in any part of the country when it comes to eCycle.
Well, good. Well, Goodwill does so many good things for the community, and there's a Goodwill in your neighborhood near you. So make sure you go down, visit a store, bring your creativity, find something that you can use in your garden, keep it out of the landfill, and get a great bargain at the same time. So, we appreciate being out here with you.
No, thank you so much for coming.